Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
I've been working on SEO for almost 20 years now, 18 to be exact. I started around a recession time, and that time it was very difficult to find the traditional work. So like many younger people, older people that time, you kind of turn on the internet and start looking or what are the options and possibilities there. So then, I found the SEO, and obviously the first few years, you kind of researching, trying, testing, doing lots of mistakes and stuff, and until you eventually kind of find your own way, own niche, own superpowers. And for me particularly, I kind of noticed that my background is in Finland, so I'm working in the Finnish SEO, Finnish local businesses. And then I kind of start noticing that there is a bigger market, like other European companies who would like to take own little piece from Finnish search engines. And there wasn't that much competition. There still isn't that much competition in that niche. So it's very lucrative for working. And that's basically that background.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
The reason for selling the business is that now, after working 20 years in the industry, I kind of feel like that it's good time to move on and maybe like start something else, start another career before the retirement age is, coming back. I wouldn't say that there is any kind of crisis in my life, but it's kind of noticed that sitting in front of the computer when you get older, the health, the eyes, so everything, the body start to kind of feel like that maybe there will be something else to try, to work on. And the reason is like the health. Then obviously the more important is that I have now a young family in my life. So I would like to use even more time, to take care of the family and see the boy grow, So probably that would be the number one reason, the family. The second one, the health, third one, probably want to try in something else completely, in something completely different industry,
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Typically, I would use between 10 and 20 hours per week to maintain this business. And the type of work, what I do is mostly taking care of the customer service, by email, obviously sometimes with phone calls as well. Then it's important to make sure that the databases are on time, that there are new websites coming into the database, that customers can choose to get links from. So email, link building databases, managing the contractors, making sure that everything is working on like it should be.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If I were to keep the business, I would most likely create more websites that I own and run that can create even more profit margin, selling your links to your own websites. I would probably create more websites. I would try to find more websites to the database from other sources as well. That's the core business. So I would definitely focus on the core business and the core niche, the core markets, European companies to Finland. So if you do more the same, it kind of work in pretty nice way. Obviously, apart from Finland, I sell links from other Nordics as well and some European countries. So those are much bigger markets. So it's always good to find more websites from bigger markets and try to expand the reach, the offerings for the audience.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
I think the biggest risk with this business is that obviously Google is a big player, on the search engines, and, Google dictate kind of the rules that how the SEO works and the links especially. So you never know, what happened in the future and what kind of things Google, evaluate, what comes to the SEO and link building. So that's the biggest risk outside of your own reach. You kind of have to follow the Google's rules, and it's always smart to play by the rules, the white hat way. So I would say that is the kind of the search engine monopoly, by Google. That's the biggest risk for SEO in general.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I'm willing to offer 60 days support by email and phone calls. So whoever is interested in buying this, I will be there in order to make the transition smoothly.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
I am open for discussing any kind of payment structure opportunities, but obviously my first target is to kind of get the exit settled with the initial contract, and by giving the 60-day support. But obviously I am always there to listen any kind of offers.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I think this business is worth buying because there are lots of opportunities in the near future. In the Finnish market, the gaming monopoly is opening 2027 for free market capitalism. There are companies can apply for the license to work in the Finland, and traditionally the gaming industry is very big in SEO and link building niche. So just for that reason, there's lots of big opportunities to move forward. And then obviously the bigger European markets, there are lots of untapped markets, to expand, to make this business grow even more. But if you just, want to maintain the level, that's also a good opportunity. And definitely only for that reason, it's worth buying because it's kind of working nicely and making some nice profits every month. So there are many, many angles, for the possible buyer to grow or maintain. If you want to put the effort, you can grow it even bigger. Or if you just, want to get it as it is, it still make nice chunk of money per month.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you will find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.